Hello, Santa Clarita. It's Friday at 1:04 now. And you know what that means, don't you? It's a Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John. Everything you need to know to be in the know. On Santa Clarita's hometown station, AM-1220 KHTS. John?
I was thinking it's we're a minute late.
Yeah.
It's
who do we blame that on?
Who cares whether it's 103 or 104? How about just...
I don't know. I just looked at the clock and there it was.
1 o'clock in the
Don't
afternoon.
start on me.
All right, well,
Anyway.
Geez, Doug, lighten up.
So how's your week?
It's going to be a good show. Relax.
Okay.
Hey, look, you should be very happy.
Why?
Well, because, I mean, you're the Santa Clarita Gazette and Free Classifieds, right?
Yep.
Free is the new thing, right?
Oh.
You saw the State of the Union address.
Did
We're
you
getting
see-
everything free.
Did you see the same speech I saw?
I'm going back to community college. You can take golf lessons at the local community college.
Yeah.
And if community college is free, my golf game is going to improve. You could learn to cook, Doug. You always you can take cooking classes. You know why?
Yeah, they have that new the Culinary Institute thing that they're starting.
And guess
up.
what?
Free.
It's going to be Santa Clarita. How?
I just have a question though.
Yeah.
Does somebody have to pay for it, or is it really just free?
Does it really matter?
I guess if it's me, if I get the free 2 years at college, I'm okay with it. What do I care?
Yeah, I mean, and aside from that, who's going to pay for it? What, our great, 17 trillion? So what is it, great grandkids?
It's 18 trillion, John.
Oh, so it's great.
I look at the debt meter. When I get up in the morning, I go on the computer and look at the debt meter every day.
Well, the one I want to know is figuring out, and somebody should actually do this. Somebody smarter than me. And maybe you should do this. Well, no, that would mean somebody smarter than me.
That ain't me.
But why wouldn't you figure out if we pay down the debt in the normal course?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And most families do this. Oh, we have a credit card. Well, if we pay the credit card the normal course,
right,
it's going to take you, 25,000 years to pay it off.
Right.
Minimum payment. But if you pay, say you pay a little bit more, then you can figure out how long it's going to take you to pay it off.
Right.
Why doesn't somebody sit there and go, we've got $18 trillion worth of debt. It's now our great grandkids' problem.
So what? We don't care.
Well, I'm going to college for free, baby.
Yeah, but
they have a football team.
Think about it. By the time me and you are gone,
you got a
is it
football
going to
and basketball
matter?
team. This is pretty
Is it
good.
going to matter?
Of course not.
To us.
We'll have Social Security.
But do we care about our kids and their kids and their kids?
Isn't it their problem?
I guess it is. Well, it's going to be. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think. No, it's...
It's sad. I think it's really sad. And I even wrote this in my rant this week. A good president would have looked us in the eye and said, folks, we have got a problem, and we have got to solve it for the sake of our children and their children. And we have got to make some painful decisions to make some drastic cuts so we can eat into this debt for the sake of everybody. That's what a good president, a good leader would have said Tuesday night.
Okay, and he wouldn't have been elected in the first place.
True.
Because people don't vote for, hey, times are tough, we got to tighten our belt.
Right.
People vote for, I'd like to get something for free.
But you know what happens, John? What happened in Greece and other countries when it actually hits the fan and you have to make cuts, the folks don't like it, and that's when they had massive riots.
Well, the reason is because it's self-perpetuating.
Yep.
Ooh, there's college words for you, which I could learn in free college.
Wait, you didn't learn that in law school?
No, I actually paid for that. That was a paid word. But I wonder what free words you can learn in college, because you always use college words.
I like free stuff, too. I was thinking about it.
I know, you do get free. No, but the problem is it's self-perpetuating because you are starting to become accustomed to free stuff. Everybody is.
Yep.
You give me, it's the old adage, how do you catch a gopher? You put an apple in a cookie by his hole every day for a month.
Yep.
And on the 31st day, you put just the cookie. When he comes out and goes, hey, where's my apple? You smack him in the head with a shovel.
There you go.
Okay? We're getting used to getting free stuff. What happened to people who don't want free stuff, who want to do it on their own? The people who think that the government that governs best is the government that governs least. Or, what do they say on some of the radio stations now? Their bumpers are, if a government's big enough to give you everything, it's big enough to take it all away, too. Well,
They also say it's not free if your neighbor's paying for it.
Yeah, that's another one. And I get all that. But to me, what happened to government isn't the problem? What did Reagan say?
Government isn't the solution. Government is the problem.
What happened to, I'd rather do it myself, thanks. I don't need help. Come alongside of me and help. Don't do it for me.
Yep.
And I think that's what we're basically coming up against in this next generation that's coming of age. They're taking that, and that's the attitude they're going to have.
Yep. Well, it's become persuasive in the culture.
Yeah,
there's a huge culture out there that just the government supplies the paycheck
what
or whatever.
Can I get?
Yeah. And
So-
for the folks that need it, for the folks that are truly in need, I mean, that's fine. That's what it's for. That's what it was started for. But it's gone way, way, way too far.
And how do you rein that back in? How do you put the genie back in the bottle? That's the problem. And to sit there and say, well, Obama should have said, no, Doug, that's not going to happen.
And, my other thought, too, is there's so many guys that want to be president in 2016.
Yeah.
Well, what year is this really going to hit the fan? We could have a severe economic collapse. I think I would think twice about running because I wouldn't want to be president when it collapses.
Well, if you think about it, gas is now, $2 a gallon, and we're going to have Bush and Clinton fighting out for president. Whoa, deja vu again? Who knows? Anyway, well, something, Doug?
Wait, did you hear the other one, though?
Oh, what was the other?
We're going to be paying more for gas because now that gas is so low, it's a great time to add to the gas tax.
Yeah, exactly. I got that one, too. It's like, okay, well, that's
fine.
That's how we're going to pay for free college.
That's right.
But that's how they're going to pay for college. Well, Doug, something? I've talked to you. I know you just had a birthday, and I've been concerned about something that we're going to talk about later with you. You're pointing at your eyes right now, and the bags under your eyes,
and the wrinkles,
I'm concerned about your inner beauty, Doug. We'll talk about this
you
in a
don't
second.
care about the outer; it's the inner.
Well, that's a little of both. Trust me. All right, you're listening to Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John on AM-1220 KHTS, Santa Clarita's hometown station. We will be right back.
Welcome, everybody, to Santa Clarita's hometown station, AM-1220 KHTS. You are listening to the Gazette Radio Hour, the radio digest version of the Santa Clarita Gazette and Free Classifieds. For all you need to know to be in the know, I'm Doug, and this is John.
It is John.
And what were you saying about my beauty or something?
Well, we have a special guest, an author.
Oh, we do?
Yeah. Sally Van Swerigen. She wrote a book, right, Sally?
Hi. Yes, I did.
Good. So we were talking about your book. I was trying to tell Doug, who just turned a remarkably old age for his age, that it's not over yet.
Feels
That's
over.
right.
It feels over.
And he thinks it feels over, and he needs to find his inner beauty power. And I thought, we should probably give you a call. Maybe you could help him out.
All right. That sounds good. Let's give it a try.
So why for Doug? Well, why is it not over yet? Let's talk a little bit about your book. That is the name of your book, correct? It's not over yet?
That is the name of my book, and it sounds like you have men in your audience, so I first will address them. It's Not Over Yet does apply to men, too. Even though this book is primarily written for women, men do relate to it. So my book is called It's Not Over Yet, Reclaiming Your Real Beauty Power in Your 40s, 50s, and Beyond. And it's about women that tend to go in one of three directions. So if you want me to, I'll tell you a little bit about that.
Oh, yeah. What are the three directions? This is well, first of all, anything I can learn behind enemy lines is always a good thing for me.
I like
John,
that.
don't go
Behind
there.
enemy lines. I want that. I'm going to take that.
All right, you can use that. It's not like it's copyrighted or anything yet.
Okay, go ahead.
So what are the three different paths that you said women can take?
Well, women at a certain age, they tend to go, from my opinion, in one of three directions, and that is either Daisy Dukes and Ugg boots, baseball cap and sweatpants, or I love my beauty power. So if you kind of visualize that, Daisy Dukes and Ugg boots are women who have, they've matured a little bit, and they've already done the time of being 25 and looking hot, looking great, being very fit, and doing all those kind of things. As they start to age after, having kids and things like that, they still look great. They're a little bit older. They still take care of themselves, but they're trying to compete with that younger woman or the younger version of themselves, and they're not doing it very well. And my idea is they've already done that. And then there's the woman who is called baseball cap and sweatpants. So you can visualize that woman.
They've kind of given up.
She has gone through it, and now she has her kids, she's got her daughters, and she's pretty much focusing herself on her kids and not really worrying about the way she looks as much anymore. And she's kind of let that go. She's let her beauty power go. And then there is I Love My Beauty Power woman. And that woman is, I'm getting a little bit older, and I've, have a few challenges. I have a couple lines around my eyes. I've, put on a few pounds, but you know what? I could still rock it. I could still look good, and that's the woman I'm addressing.
That's perfect, because I would completely agree with your assessment. Being a single guy in Santa Clarita, around that age, okay, I'm not going to say whether it's 40, 50, or beyond.
I don't know about the beyond.
You are well beyond. That's another category for Doug, which is well beyond, both mentally and physically. But you're absolutely correct. There are women who still shop at Forever 21 that should not go anywhere near that store.
Forever 21 is the theme that comes up. I even have it in my book. And my daughter and I shop in Forever 21 all the time, but we are shopping for my daughter.
Thank you. Winner,
Yes.
winner, chicken dinner. Absolutely. That one just cracks me up. And then there are women who, you're right, once had it, now have kind of just thrown up their hands and said, you know something, whatever. And stop caring completely. And that's just as, from a guy standpoint, that's just as unattractive.
So, Sally, what is your message to that woman?
Well, thank you for asking that. My message is that I was at an event the other day, and I saw a woman standing there with her husband, and she was, attractive woman, and she had a nice figure. She looked like she took care of herself, but she's wearing baggy clothes. She's got minimal makeup. She hadn't spent any time on her hair. And I was looking at her, and even my boyfriend commented, she's like one of your women you're talking about. She would have total beauty power if she spent a little bit of time on herself. And it's like, I want to walk up and say something, but I'm hoping that woman shows up at my book signing. So, yes, I'm saying to that woman, you can rock it. It just takes a few extra minutes. I'm talking about spending a little time on your hair, putting on some lip gloss, putting on a little concealer, grabbing that skirt out of your closet that you feel good in and makes you feel beauty power. If there's a pair of jeans that really show your figure, put those on and put a cute pair of shoes on. It really doesn't take that much to just do something. And I'm asking women to do a little bit more than they're doing now.
So do you think, Sally, that it's a underlying emotional thing where they just think won't do any good anyway, and they're past that point for that attractiveness they used to have?
I think that me being at that point, I was the invisible woman. I had my daughter, and is 42. And by the way, I do look a lot younger than my age, so I'm not going to say my age. You have to figure it out. So
there you go.
My daughter, you kind of tend to focus on your kids, and you just kind of let it go because you're just so busy. And you just think, I just don't have the time for all that anymore. And that's usually what it is with women. And then they get to a point where they become comfortable in that. And that's just their look. And they feel almost foolish by, fixing themselves up. And you notice that because women will maybe go to a wedding or a party and they really have to do themselves up, but they do it for that one occasion.
Right.
I'm asking them to do it every day.
So what actually is your definition of beauty power? Because that was the third group that we hadn't quite talked about yet.
Oh, thank you. Beauty power is women who are rocking their look. They know they are, 40, 45, 50, and beyond. They realize that, but they're rocking their look at this point. They're appropriate. They look good. They're role models. I have, my stylist, Ray. She's a role model to me. She's 21 years old. I hope I'm a role model to her in my 50s. It's rocking it, but looking good and remembering the women that are watching us because we are the ones they're looking at.
Oh, that's very well said. Very well said. So you've got an event tonight, right?
Yes, I do. Thank you. I hope you guys are coming. It's at Barnes & Noble here in Valencia, and it's from 7 to 9. We're having Lawrence Zarian, who's a celebrity stylist. He's on the red carpet for the Oscars this year. Lawrence Zarian, who wrote Lawrence Zarian's 10 Commandments to Perfect Wardrobe, and Bella Shaw, a Santa Clarita resident, gorgeous Bella Shaw from CNN,
right.
And she's going to be my moderator. And the proceeds are going to the Domestic Violence Center.
Where
very
is that
nice.
tonight? That's at the Barnes & Noble, right?
The Barnes & Noble in Valencia, right there,
Boulevard, yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay, great. That's at 7 o'clock?
Yes, and we're serving my sister's wonderful cupcakes. And we're having a great Q&A, and we hope you guys can make it. Everybody come out, support the Domestic Violence Center, 7 o'clock, Barnes & Noble in Valencia.
All right.
That's fabulous. Sally, real quick, if they want more information on either It's Not Over Yet or some of the other stuff that you do, where can they get that information?
Thank you. It's not over yet.net. Kind of rhymes. It's not over yet.net, or my name, SallyVanSwearingen.com.
All right. Sally, thanks so much.
Thank you, Sally.
It's given us a lot to think about. No problem. Hopefully we'll see you tonight.
All right. Great. See you then.
All right.
Bye.
Lots to think about, Doug. 3 categories of women. See? And now you can take that and you can apply that to yourself. Which category? I think you're more of the Daisy Dukes and Ugg Boots, Doug. I think that's what you're doing here. All right. You're listening to Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John on AM-1220 KHTS.
That's a good one.
Hometown station. Hopefully you can get that visual out of your mind, and we'll be back.